I ain't here for the money, though I'm about to make a
Alright guys, so today what I'm gonna do is do a bit of a tutorial, bit of a tips and tricks video, I guess, even though I'm a washed up Phantom Forces player. But what I thought I'd tell you guys today is my tips and tips and tricks for getting better at Phantom Forces. So hope you enjoyed. I just came up with these like quite randomly, so sorry if this is a bit disorganized, and just, you know, don't take this as like a bible for hitting clips. Just to take my advice and do what you want with it. But this is gonna be how to get better at particularly sniping. So I'm just gonna get straight into this, and if this helps you at all or you like it, be sure to leave a like. But by the way, if you didn't see my video yesterday, I'm sick at the moment. Nothing new really, but yeah, let's go. So my first tip I have is the most generic, but it's the most important, okay? Just practice. You won't get anywhere without practice unless you know, you've been practicing on other FPS games, but practicing on Phantom Forces is really important because you just get better. Like, there's no other way to put it. If you practice, you will do better, you will be more accurate, you will hit more shots, you will do everything, you know, more right. So practice. I'm not gonna spread that out because you've probably heard that all your life. Practice makes perfect, but it actually does, especially in this, you know, in this context. So what kind of goes with practice is be patient. Don't force yourself to be good instantly. If you just practice for a day, you're not gonna see the benefit like the next day. You're gonna have to wait like a bit. I'm not saying wait like a year, but you know, if you focus too much on just forcing yourself to get better, you're just gonna get frustrated and you're not gonna see how much better you're getting. So my second big point is more of a trick shotting point actually, but I just thought, you know, so some of you guys do want a trick shot. So that is learning to 360 is power. That is the main thing. If you learn to 360, you're gonna get better at trick shotting no matter what. So it's gonna help your timing, it's gonna help just hitting consistently. You know, 360s aren't even that bad on Phantom Forces like they are on Call of Duty, so just learn to 360, and as time progresses you'll get like better with 720s, which are just 2 360s. So that's my advice on that front. And if you learn to 360, you'll just get better at like a ton of things. You might be able to get better at like turning around quickly and killing your enemies, so hell yeah. And if you want to know how to get better at 360s, practice. Honestly guys, that's the key. If you want to get better at hitting clips, focus at hitting clips. Don't just play the game and like wait for a 360 or a triple lineup to just magically come your way. You've got to actually like try and hit clips. Don't get frustrated when you don't hit them, but if you aim for clips, you aim for the headshot feeds and all of that sort of thing, you know, whatever you're trying to do, you will get better at hitting them. It's not like you're gonna just magically hit quads without trying. So that's pretty much the whole of that point. Second, when you're sniping, press shift. Like, a lot of people don't realize that if you hold shift while you're scoping in, it actually steadies your scope and makes it a lot easier to hit the enemy, because the default scope is kind of dumb, but it just sways like really, you know, whatever scope you have that's like a default sniper scope, it just goes up and down and it's not really nice for hitting enemies. So just hold shift, it makes it a lot better, and I think subconsciously it makes it feel like, you know, you've got more control over your scoping, and you can definitely do stuff just a lot better. Don't mess with sensitivity too much. Now, I'm a bit of a hypocrite for saying this because I just got a new mouse and I've been trying to get the right sensitivity for a long time, but I think I've got it now. Honestly, just get something you're comfortable with. This, you know, if you want to be a trick shotter, you're gonna have to have something where you can at least 360 with it, probably a bit more, but don't go overboard because that just makes it really hard to control, especially when you're sniping. But honestly, just find something you're cool with and stick with it. If you stick with it, you'll get used to it, and yeah, that's it. You don't notice the difference too much. Learn the spawns. Now, this is a really big thing, especially if you want to be a sniper. It's gonna take a bit of practice, and it's another thing you don't want to force, but you'll just get really used to it basically, and you want to focus on like particular spawn traps. Even me, who's been playing since like 2014, I don't know everything on every map, but I do find it helpful, especially on maps like, you know, Crane, Metro, not really desert. I still haven't cracked desert, but they're definitely metro. I mean, the spawns are kind of easy to abuse, but you know, just find the good spots, find the, I guess in metro, the escalators, and I don't know how to describe it, but on the orange side of the map, there's like a corridor, and everyone just spawns there, so, you know, places like that, just get used to the spawns, and then you can spawn trap people. But don't be dependent on spawn traps, because you know that's not gonna help you when stylists like change the spawns. And yeah, I don't know, you just want to be in a position where you can see the spawn but you're not actually in the spawn, because if you go into the, I feel like I'm saying spawn a lot, but if you go into the spawn, the game has a system where if too many enemies, or if any enemy is in the spawn, it changes where the enemy's spawning to like somewhere else on the map. So don't like rush into their spawn or something like that, but you know, pick wisely, pick spots where you can see multiple spawns at once, or it doesn't take you much time to like go between spawns. Another tip, think about who to shoot. When you're in like a position where there's a lot of enemies, you've got to be smart and be like on the ball. Now, I know some people's brains just don't work too much like this, but if you've got like 3 enemies in front of you, you're gonna have to think about the right person to shoot if you wanna, I guess, survive. So a good idea for that is if you're playing against someone you know is really good or has been killing you a lot, you're gonna want to shoot them, and you always have to focus on the person that sees you no matter what. If someone's looking at you, they're gonna be way more of a threat than someone that just isn't, no matter where they are, even if the other person's closer. You've also got to focus on the people with like the best guns as well. I mean, I usually see it as if they have a sniper, they're less likely to kill you. It's a sad fact, but because of the Phantom Force's balancing system, I'll say that snipers are just worse, especially at close range. You're just not gonna get killed by a sniper as easily. So if they've got an LMG, if they've got an assault rifle, they're more likely to kill you. Shoot them. Another thing, get into good spots. This is kind of a similar thing to the, I guess, spawn trapping thing, but you're gonna wanna find places where you can see a lot of enemies at once. So a good example of this is on the crane map. Go on top of the crane, because the crane, you just see everything pretty much. There's also that area on the middle of the map where you can see a lot of people, and just any high building really is usually quite good. Another thing, on the desert map, there's like a, I guess, elevated building at the center of the map. This is really good for, you know, pretty much seeing every area on the map. There's just a ton of good spots on every single map where, yeah, you've got a good overview of every player on the game, pretty much. And this is particularly good if you want to snipe and like feed, because when you're feeding, you really want to have control. You want to have authority over the entire map, and you don't want too many people like slipping behind your view and like getting killed out of the feed, because as soon as your feed gets split, that's it. Your clip's ruined. Next tip, movement and defense. Now, I don't want to say just act crazily, because you're a terrible player if you just jump around and dive about and strafe. That's not a thing you want to do, okay? But what you do want to do is focus on moving about, and you don't want to stand still. That's gonna get you killed. I hate to say it, because it's easy to hit clips on people that are standing still, and it would be cool if everyone stands still, but you don't want to be just a sitting duck. You want to focus on defense, because attack, generic quote right here, but attack is the best form of defense. If you're gonna get killed instantly, you're not gonna hit clips. It's just how it goes. So move about a bit, don't be an easy target, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Another thing, you're gonna want to practice aiming above the person's head with a sniper without using the ballistics tracker. I mean, you know, everyone exaggerates how bad ballistics tracker makes you. It's not a terrible thing, but if you aim above their head and get used to it without using it, it just makes you have a better sense of the game. You get a better sense of how bullets move and how bullet drop works. So honestly, just take off the ballistics tracker for a bit and see how you do without it. Just practice. It works. I mean, I don't use the ballistics tracker that much, and I usually do stress this a lot. Ballistics tracker doesn't actually make you that better. So, you know, I feel like I'm pretty much the same I'm not that much better with the ballistics tracker. It just doesn't do much of a difference for me. So yeah, take off that ballistics tracker, do what you can. Another thing, kind of similar to the don't get stressed out thing, but stay calm, don't panic. You really don't have to. If you focus too much on just being better and actually like being overwhelmed about how many people are in front of you and just, oh, I'm doing badly, I'm never gonna get better, you're not gonna improve. So just take a step back, don't worry, you're getting better, you don't have to panic. I know the game can be a bit frustrating and it can get a bit ahead of you, but just stay calm and you generally like focus a bit more. I guess in real life, if you're like fighting someone or you're, I don't know, you're on like a battleground in Afghanistan, adrenaline might help you, but in Phantom Forces, in games, you do want to like keep composed. It's just, you know, you can really easily outsmart your enemies. You don't have to be fully into it, if that makes sense. So another thing, always aim for the head with the sniper, no matter what you do. I'd say except at close range, but if you can, still like hit headshots when you are at close range. But you know, when you're like really close to them, you're probably gonna one-shot them anyway at like a body shot, so just consider that whatever, but always aim for headshots. Not only does it kill faster and it's just better, but it's gonna improve your accuracy. It's basically another form of practice, and it's just, you know, headshots, you're more likely to hit triples, you can do anything well with the headshots. Practice black scoping, because especially at close range, if you can black scope well with a sniper, I can't even do this that amazingly yet, but you can hit mad shots, because Phantom Forces snipers are completely accurate. Like, they're not like Call of Duty where you have to be fully scoped in to actually get the proper benefit and lack of spread. You can hit like anything as long as you're good enough. If you practice black scopes, you can hit anything from anywhere. Obviously at close range they're easier, but just think about how they work, get a feel for them, and you might actually be able to hit some like really nice shots. So as I said, I'm not even that good at them, but it can help, honestly. Next tactic, when you're at close range, always no scope, or not always, because black scoping's good, scoping in if you have time's good, but no scoping can be really useful. I mean, I find no scoping fine, even better than actually scoping in at some times, especially at close range. So just no scope when you don't have much time. It's a good thing to get into the habit with, and it can definitely help with like trick shotting and stuff, and just, you know, getting those quick kills, getting those jump shots, all of that sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it with that one. Another thing, predict where the enemy's gonna be. So what I mean by that is if they're running in a straight line at long range, just aim a bit ahead of them and you'll get used to that. It's kind of a irritating thing to do, and I always mess up with this, even to this day. But if you aim a bit in front of them, you know, you generally get the kills and you actually do hit them. I mean, even at close range, if they're moving really fast, you have to kind of like see their pattern, see where they're gonna go. A lot of people like strafe about a lot and it's kind of annoying. My technique with strafers is just, you know, see where they're going and just aim. Pretty much just aim where they are. Like, don't get too focused on their bluff, just shoot them. If they're moving one way, then the other, then the other. Just wait for your perfect moment when you know they're gonna go the other way and aim there and shoot there. Predict where they're gonna be, because Phantom Forces bullets aren't instant. And on that note, guys, that's all the techniques. So I don't know if that was like too fast paced or whatever. All of the tips that I can think of for being better at sniping, this can really help you. And as I said, don't think, oh, this is definitely instantly gonna make me better, or this is every single thing I have to know. Keep an open mind, but try your best. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So as I said, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new, be sure to subscribe. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, good luck on your good luck on being a better sniper. Just don't panic. It's been Pokey.
Yeah. I ain't here for the money, though I'm about to make a change. Freedom for the ones who never gotta say, yeah, I did it all for you, and you can see it's coming true. On the pursuit, rocking the same shoes. Every second in session is an incredible blessing. Too many ladies undressing, I got no time to be messing around. Ain't dreaming.